Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to PCM20. It's Champions. We're on episode number 38. We're in the middle of the Giro d'Italia, and our first rider, this is such a long time trial. First rider is just reaching the finish. That's Groot. Currently 6.5 minutes down, but not a good time trialist at all. It's their weakest attribute. Now, Iron Man's a fantastic one and putting in a pretty solid time. Deadpool hanging in there, and our last two riders are already kicked off. I didn't see that. There we go. 73 and 73. All right, you can see I've got everybody set to a 73. Iron Man was able to push a 74 for a while, and you can see that they'll be able to actually push a little harder to the end. So a really good time trialist can just about get away with a 74, but that's our only really good time trialist. We have a lot of okay time trialists, so yep, that'll have to do, I think. Let's push a little harder. 2.5K. 1K. Iron Man could go to the top of the timing charts here, I think. Oh, fifth. Minute 54. Wow. Sassareta must have been 85 kind of territory to have that type of time. Oh, really surprised there by how big that gap was. This is going to change the tour quite a bit. I mean, if Iron Man was fifth at nearly 2 minutes down, just imagine how the gaps are going to be for others who aren't quite as good on the time trial. Like the whole rest of my team, who are not quite as good as Iron Man. So, yeah, that's about to happen. I think you can start pushing 74. You can start pushing 74. It's somewhere in between that 73-74 range to make it to the end. 73 gives you just a little bit left for the end. 74 will leave you a little bit short. Deadpool pushing it out. 31st, 5 minutes down. Woo. Okay, Doctor Strange attack. 21st. Ant-Man. 75 for that last 4K. Definitely start pushing 74. Nope, you still need a 73. You still need a 73. Nobody's gotten close. Filippo Ganna came across a minute 23 down, and that's been the next closest. We've only slipped one spot. That's the only one who's cracked the top 5. 5K to go for Gamora. Gamora's within 2 minutes overall in 13th place. I have a feeling that's going to slip a bit today with just a 71 time trial. Is not a very good rating. And unlike the others, you can see she does not have that spare energy. That's 39th, 526. Huge time losses. Hulk does have a little bit left in the tank. Looking a little bit, our 76 time trialist should definitely put in a better time than what Gamora has managed. 2K and more spare energy. Keep pushing, keep pushing. Okay, 99 to the finish. Come on, Hulk. 15th. Okay, 15th at 309. That's not that bad of a time. That's not that bad of a time. That's tolerable. Oh, Foss just went second fastest. How'd they manage that? 20 seconds better than anybody else other than Cesaretta, who's put in that monster time. Vlasov, last one out on course, just a 68 time trialist. You can see already over 4 minutes down. They're going to lose their lead for sure today. Foss might be the one moving into it, I would think, based on the timings here. And it is Foss by a minute ahead of Alaphilippe. And then Yates, Carthy, Hulk still in the top 10, just down in 7th place at 223 down. It's not a great place to be, but we've got a solid minute behind us, and we are in touching distance of the podium still. Following a punchy stage that saw Hulk grab second place behind Matthew Van Der Poel. Van Der Poel had about a 30-second advantage, but then there was a small group with Hulk and then the next group was another about 17 seconds behind. So Hulk was able to grab about 6 seconds on most of the competitors in the top 10, and then grab a little bit of additional time on some of the others. So that saw us pull back a little over 20 seconds on a number of the riders in the top 10. Did not change our position. We're still 7th overall, but we're a little bit better off. Now on stage 13, one climb. Col San Carlo, 11 kilometers, 9.5%, so it's pretty steep. And then it's a descent to the finish, so it's not finishing at the top of the climb. You can see there's already a bit of fatigue as we are chasing down a small breakaway. It's only 8 riders, but they had 12.5 minutes for a long time there, and it's just now starting to come back. They're already breaking up just at the base of the climb, so they're going to lose a lot of time, and quick. It's already down to just 8 minutes, so we pulled back 4.5 minutes just in the last 15-20K, and that's why we have the amount of fatigue that we do. But if other teams were not properly prepared, they are going to be a little more fatigued than we are on this chase. And is that an attack? Oh, that is an attack. That's Carapaz, who sits behind us in the standings in 8th place. So, yeah, not a good thing there on that part. We're down to 8K. I would totally sprint trade this. However, looking at the fatigue part, that's probably not a good thing. We do need to kind of pick up our position, though. So let's up the effort a little bit. Let's also use up the gels on our domestiques for the days, because, well, they're not going to last that long. Again, up the effort a little bit more, try to recover the position. Carapaz has been brought back. That gap's come down by almost another minute. Hulk is holding near the front just fine, but all that support is already fading, and that's certainly not where we want them to be. So Wolverine, gel up, and see if you can recover your position a little bit. Ant-Man is another one who needs to move forward. We might have to kind of sprint train this group, and then eventually, yeah, Hulk's now alone. So I think we need to sprint train this back group. Let Hulk stay put. Okay. We are going to, let's say, set an 84 for everyone. Hulk's going to stay put. We're going to set Iron Man to auto and Deadpool to auto. Groot is going to start the chase right there. You've got Gamora right behind you, but also Doctor Strange. So let's kind of go in that order. We're going to try to recover the position towards there, and then we will get the Ant-Man and Wolverine at the back end. And let's see what we can do. Groot's going to have to push pretty hard because you are not a good climber. Doctor Strange is going to have... Oh, come on, game. Groot's blocking off Doctor Strange now, and Ant-Man and Wolverine lost the wheel, but it looks like they are recovering it.
10 kilometers remaining.
Oh, no, we are not. We most definitely are not, because the gap opened in front of us. Looks like Hulk's going to be on their own. We are totally squeezed off here up against the road as well, so we can't even get through to try to recover anything. There's only 18 riders left at the front. But if we're going to get Doctor Strange and Gamora in position to help, and it looks like Wolverine's done, and Ant-Man's going to be done. I think we're going to get a little bit of support, at least from Gamora here in a moment. She can come through and try to do a quick pull for Hulk. There you go, Doctor Strange. Oh, Gamora. Coming off late. That was pretty douchey. That was not a nice move. Okay, well, looky here. We've made it. Can you 99 anything? No. Gamora can pull us forward a little bit. Hulk, go ahead and gel up. Go ahead and auto. Gamora brought us to the front. That's all we got. That is all we got. You're going to go auto and Hulk. 1.8K. Oh, yeah. Let's start to make a move here. To the front and attack. How many can go with us?
Wow, that's one attack that's going to
Down to
leave a
10.
good few in its wake.
Down to 3. Pogacar and Foss. How is Foss doing this? Wow.
There
Okay.
are just 5 kilometers left.
Look at that. Approaching the top. And we've gone.
We're
Oh,
into
we
the downhill
nearly
section.
went so low
The
over the
riders
top.
can take a breather, but they can't let their guard drop.
Time to push. We got some time to make up. A little bit of recovery. I don't know how flat the bottom's going to be because it does level off a little bit after this. 4.5K to go. We've
Watch
got
out,
a little
the team
gap
leader is
over
falling
everybody.
behind. The riders are now into the descent towards the finishing
Quinn
line.
Simmons has won the stage.
Splendid
Falter's
solo
taken
win,
second.
and a well-deserved one.
De La Cruz has gone third. We've caught some of those breakaway riders. We can 99 our way down here. It's more than 3%, so it's still descending. 1.3, we can also sprint it out towards the finish. It's still downhill. Vlasov is 6th. And we grab 7th with a solid gap here. Oh,
We're
yes.
waiting for the tail enders
We
who
gained
continue
some
to
time
arrive.
today. Pogacar and Foss 8th and 9th. Oh, Deadpool with a fall right before. No,
That's
not
a
right before.
group nosedive. But as
Come
often
on,
happens,
we're sprinting,
they're all
right?
getting back in
We're
the saddle.
sprinting. Still a good position. Doctor Strange and Gamora are going to move up the order a bit. Right there, 2021. Ant-Man. Come on. Get your finish in. Wolverine, get your finish in. And these guys don't matter back here. Let's see that speed. Groot, where's that speed? There's that speed. Oh, I still couldn't even beat the UAE rider. Of course, they had 4 or 5 wheels on you, and it's a downhill push to the finish line. But hey, we definitely gained something today. Let's check the numbers. We gained half a minute on Pogacar, Foss, Carthy. We gained more than a minute on that next group. So now the standings, oh, how we have shaken things up. Foss still leads the overall, but Hulk has pulled back a minute of that over the last 2 stages and jumped from 7th to 2nd. So we now have a minute 22 gap. Carthy's at a minute 24. Pogacar, minute 39, out of the podium places. Alaphilippe is at 2:32, also out of the podium places. I believe, though, it was Alaphilippe 2nd, Pogacar 3rd. So Carthy has moved up as well. I don't think that's right because Pogacar was in that group right behind us. So maybe not the case on that one. Or was it Yates who dropped down? 2:48. Vlasov, I don't know how Vlasov, because he must have attacked earlier on the climb and then held out because he was actually ahead of us on the road. We finished, 7th on the stage? He finished 6th in between and was about 40 seconds up the road from where we were. So he must have attacked near the time that Carapaz attacked. I noticed the Carapaz attack. I did not see Vlasov going with him. I only saw Carapaz going clear, and then I saw us pull back Carapaz. Carapaz ultimately lost a little bit of time. Now 9th place. Martinez 8th. Gegenhardt 10th place, and then a big gap after that, 5 minutes to those further back. So still plenty of riders in contention. It's still pretty close, and Foss is a good climber, but not great. Resistance is just a 73. He's beatable. He is beatable. Hulk's a little better, not significantly, and our support hasn't been great. Our race day condition has been so suspect this last month. So we'll see. We'll see. We're in a good position. I do like our chances at the moment anyway of being able to fight for a podium place. I don't think we're in contention for the win necessarily, but after that stage, anything could happen. Another climbing stage here on 14. We had about 30 riders go away in the break, but I went ahead and put Groot on the front during the initial climb. Kept him close, broke that group up quite a bit. About half of those riders ended up back in the peloton, some of them out the back, some of the peloton out the back, and many of those never made it back on. So you can see a group behind us has lost a ton of time. Still 145 in the peloton, still a sizable group, and we've really only had to sacrifice Groot to do that. Partway up the climb, or near the top of the climb anyway, I had to back off because Groot was low on energy and just sit up. That allowed the gap to open from a minute to the remaining riders, and it was definitely not 17. Some of them had been split off, but in sitting up, that gap quickly opened to 3 minutes, 4 minutes, and Groot recovered. We put him back on the front, and now it's at 2 minutes as we approach the end. But Groot, you can see here, nearly done, and we're going to have to switch up to Ant-Man at the front, and then say thank you, Groot. Good job. 88K to go. We're going to need to get water here. Well, it looks like 2 more times because we've got the big climb, and you're nowhere near the finish by the time we hit that. And Groot's going to try to recover. It looks like they're actually getting some recovery in, so that's a good thing. And then, let's see here. Somebody needs to go get that water for us. 40K to the top of the climb, so that'll be a good point to grab that water. And there's still a good distance to the finish from there, so it's going to be a small group, but it's definitely not going to be a solo ride. Not with that descent, especially the finishing 20K or so, even though it's mostly downhill. You're not doing that solo. So Groot continues to recover a little bit, but Ant-Man, yeah, we've pretty much used them up. We need to now get our 3 leaders prepared for the climb coming up. And I would imagine somebody else is going to take over quite soon. 21K climb, otherwise I would totally sprint train this thing and just push. And actually, you know what? Screw it. Let's have some fun. Let's see what happens. It's way too long for this, but we're not going to push. We're just going to have a go. And see. I don't know why we just keep having bad race day conditions. Dr. Strange started a fitness peak. Still ended up with a -1. And we've got, well, let's see, Wolverine or well, definitely Wolverine. And then Iron Man. And then Deadpool. Ant-Man was looking pretty okay, but we used them up, so it is what it is. How about we start with Ant-Man? Or Deadpool's not far from the front. Maybe we could start with them. Change the order a little bit. Let's see. Yep, just sit on. Try to get Groot in there, and then we'll try to get Ant-Man just behind them. We're going to gel up for Groot and Ant-Man, but not Deadpool. Deadpool's just going to start the party. Okay, we do have a couple teams coming forward, trying to get things moving along. And our 78 actually isn't even hard enough, so I was going to start gentle. They are not starting gentle. They are pushing tempo. So Ineos making a move here early. And Lotto Sudal as well. So Groot has got into position, but they are done. So Groot is going to have to go straight to the back. And then Ant-Man is in position behind Groot. So once we get that sorted out, we're going to go with Ant-Man to try to restore a position near the front. Peloton is beginning to shrink. We also brought back a few more of the breakaway riders already. And you're going to push harder than an 83. Let's go with an 86. Sure, Deadpool. Restore your position there. Ant-Man now taking over, trying to bring us forward. Okay, Hulk's looking pretty good, 17.5K to go. This is not the kind of tempo I want to maintain long term, but we needed to get up here, and now we are. Okay, 16K to go. And the hardest part of the climb is now behind us. Percentage is going to ease off a little bit here. Ant-Man is done. On to Deadpool. Ant-Man did okay with that.
It's been announced that a rider is
It's already gone out the back.
The pace was certainly too high for him.
Carboni was just too far behind. Way too far behind. Hit the climb. It was like, screw this, broom wagon. please, broom wagon. I need some help. Okay, Deadpool with their atrocious race day condition.
There's a sustained rhythm at the moment. Some riders
Done.
definitely will be able to keep up.
Iron Man is not going to last long. And then Wolverine, and this is still 12K. This is why you don't normally do this. But it's Ineos. This is not the pace I want to go. It's Ineos is just burning through their riders left and right. Blowing the peloton up much earlier than expected. There's the break. We'll be down to 3 riders here shortly. Speaking of, it's time. Okay, on to my best climbers. Should probably just be holding position right now. Why am I wasting our effort up instead of just maintain position when Ineos is using up their riders? Down to 44. Make that 40. Down to 37. Down to the remnants of the 11 at the front. They're all breaking up. And Ineos has set up? No. They just transferred over to their next couple of riders on the front. They now lack the energy. They lack the drive. They lack the push to continue on. So let's take over. 7K to go. Alright, we're down to the last 6 riders off the front. They did open a little gap there, though, when Ineos decided to sit up. Doctor Strange is done. On to Gamora. It's still 5K to go. Hulk almost has the energy for that. We're down to 26 now. Gamora, let's ease off just a little bit. Keep us going a little bit longer here. 3.9K. Okay, Gamora's tempo is max 99. You got 2 riders left at the front. George Bennett going on the attack there.
There's a breakaway in the leading group.
And we've brought back those last 3 otherwise, and it's 2K. Hulk, here we go. Let's see who we take with us. Again, I know it's not going to be a full group, but we've got Vlasov and Landa is all. That's beautiful. Okay, let's finish this thing off. We've got Vlasov and Landa. Can we open a group gap, that is, behind us? Can we make contact with these front 2? With a front group of 5, you figure we've got to be able to be capable of doing something
allow
like
the
that.
riders to recover from their earlier efforts.
Okay, these guys not wanting to contribute at the moment. But I really want to catch those front 2 so we can have a group of 5. But it looks like the 13 behind are going to make contact. Which means we need to just let them do some work here. Get some recovery in, because there's definitely more to come. So it's 16. I kind of figured that on a stage like this. There wasn't going to be... It was going to end up being a group. Definitely not a solo ride type stage. Up to 25, Gamora's here. Now Gamora can turn the screw. This will ensure that nobody else comes back, even though Doctor Strange is in the next group. And can we recover and try to catch those 2 at the front who just kept riding on? They actually opened their gap a little bit further as we come out of the tunnel. Gradient's going to ease off a bit from here. And you can now see pain and suffering in the legs of Gamora, so we got to back off a bit. even though she is pulling them back somewhat.
The finish line is getting close. The riders have just passed the 15 kilometers road sign.
There we go. Now others are taking over. Allow her to recover a little bit.
10 kilometers to the finish line.
Preparation for a lead out. However, Gamora. Oh no. No, we'll use her to lead out Hulk. Still a chance for third place here. Still grab 4 seconds. 8K to go. We've both used our gel, so nothing left on that front. Recovery continues. 7K to go. Another steeper downhill section for a little bit here.
5 kilometers to the finish line.
6K to go. Let's go ahead and try to work our way back to the front, so we're in position for the final run in.
As we're into the last descent.
4K to go. There's our 2 riders.
And off he goes. He's giving it one last
De La
go.
Cruz attacking 2.5K. That seems too early, but
And there goes the mad burst for the
Gamora,
final sprint.
solid lead out here. Hulk pushing for the line for third place. Can we hang on? We got everybody on our wheels. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it.
By his fellow escapees.
Third place. There you go. George Bennett wins the stage. David De La Cruz takes second. Hulk grabs third place, picks up 4 seconds. Good work from Gamora there to set up that scenario. Hopefully she didn't lose time on the finish line, though she might have. Not that it matters. Obviously, we ride for our leader, which is Hulk, and they gain 4 more seconds. I do not see Foss's name at all in the top 20. Were they in that 21 to 25? Possibly. Could they have missed out? That would be fantastic if they had. Foss, 25th across the line, really struggling. But Pogacar, Carapaz, Carthy, Foss, all way at the back of the group there, surprisingly enough. But they end up on the same time. So no gains there, just the 4 seconds. Minute 18 down. It's a nice turnaround from where we were, from 7th, just inside the top 10, to now in a not comfortable second place because it's still very close behind us, and we've got a little bit of a gap in front of us yet to cover, but we got through the worst bits, as in the time trials behind us, and yet we find ourselves in second place. So got a shot. We got a shot. That's going to do it for this episode, though. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there, and bye for now.